What is up, everyone? We are back a little. I can't say that because once just never mind. What's up, Robin? How you doing? This is Tea Time with Robin. We are on the Build in Buffalo Network. Go over there and check out some amazing content if I can get it right. Monday through Sunday, we're getting right back into the swing of things. We love it. We are back again, our second episode. What's up, Robin? How you doing?
Really good and very excited for the first preseason game coming up, the end of training camp. Lots to talk about. Hard Knocks. What's new? We got lots to talk about.
Yes, we do. And we're just going to get right into it. So my friend just texted me and said, did you get an update from Cook's contract? And I'm like, no. So I'm going to check that out in a minute. But we're going to get into it because Cook is doing some things. He's not cooking, and I'm not liking it, but I so understand it because the NFL is not for long, and I so understand what he's doing. As a fan of the Buffalo Bills, I don't like it, but as a fan of the NFL, I so understand it. So Cook said he was standing on business. It's about business. He said it 3 or 8 or 17 times. Who knows? But he's holding out. This is day 3 or 4. I can't remember. I think it's day 3. 3. And they end camp on Thursday. Talk to me, Robin. What are you thinking
about Cook?
Yes.
Well, the timing was interesting when he decided that he was going to pull this. And
I'm going to talk to you about that too.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about with respect to Cook and his behavior. But the timing was interesting. I don't think that he understands the concept of leverage very well because he doesn't have any leverage and he's under contract. And so the Bills don't really have to do anything at all. And they can just let his contract expire and he can become a free agent. If that's where he thinks he has a chance of getting the kind of money that he wants to get, if he's still in the $15 million a year thought process or cloud, I would say, because it is kind of a puffy cloud in my view.
Right.
If he's still there, I don't see where there's going to be any resolution to this. I really don't, because the Bills are not gonna overpay for a running back. That's not their history. They won't do it. If the contract made sense to them, I could see them extending him maybe for a couple of years. But it isn't going to be for the same kind of money as Derrick Henry makes or Saquon Barkley.
Here's my thing when people say that the Buffalo Bills, and I'm not saying you, the Buffalo Bills don't pay running backs. And I'll say this every time. The Buffalo Bills have a range, for lack of a better words, for each position. And that position is this when it comes to the running back. And if James Cook is going out here and saying, I want 20, and now it's 15, and now we've seen something that said 20, to where a guy in his draft class, just got, I want to say, was it 12 or something like that?
3 years, $33 million, 23 guaranteed.
And
$11 million per year.
Got you. And you're saying 15, and a guy in your draft class didn't get 15. And I get the whole leverage thing because I don't know who this agent is, and apparently he's young, and I don't want to use his age against him. But when you don't have good rapport with the GM, then you're out here just giving bad advice to your player. And I don't know. I have no source, and I'm not saying that this is what's happening, but it kind of looks like this is what's happening. Like it's a little messy.
It is.
But Robin, he was fine, and then all of a sudden, he's like, "I'm sitting out now. I'm done." This is what's
Again,
happening.
the only thing I can think of, I mean, the timing, it doesn't make any sense, except that maybe in their minds, they know that if we get to the season
Hmm.
without a contract, it ain't happening.
Who's mine? James Cook's or
Yes,
got you? Yeah,
James, and
I had that because listen. So the whole thing, when the thing went down, the whole thing went down. They didn't even know that he was sitting out. They found out right before practice started, and they weren't aware of it shortly before practice. They were told that James Cook is not practicing. Let me ask you, do you think this is embarrassing of the organization, or it's just like this is what happens?
I'm not sure what to believe when I heard Brandon Bean speaking about. He made it sound like, oh well, we weren't aware of anything. Of course, they're aware that it's always a possibility,
Right.
and so I'm not sure what kind of. I don't know how to interpret Brandon Bean's remarks, to be honest
Right.
with
And I was feeling the same way too. And I was like,
you. Yeah,
you're not aware.
yeah.
Okay. I'll
And
give you the
and
benefit
so
of that.
it sort of didn't it make you kind of feel like he was trying to pull one over? It's like, whoa, we didn't have anything. Come on.
It's just, you know what it kind of reminded me of that Sean McDermott and Stefan Diggs thing. Not
Exactly.
being aware, but dismissing him and saying he has to go home. And then you're saying, I'm very, very concerned that he's not here. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And me and Robin are
That-
straight
That's
shooters. We gonna tell you like it is. We are fans of the Buffalo Bills but also too when we see something that's like some bullshit, for lack of a better word, we're
that's
gonna tell you that's some bullshit. Like,
you
you
know,
know,
I'm not buying that bullshit.
right,
On either side, though, I'm not buying the bullshit, right?
right.
And I don't know. I'm not sure what James Cook's end game is. I'm not sure.
Because not even so he played on the blue and red game. He was out there for that. He didn't do it on Sunday. Monday he briefly came out. He walked off the field and never came back out. And then today he wasn't even present. So
Oh,
do
I
you
didn't know
think
that.
all of it is
Yeah.
yeah, do you think all of it was calculated? Do you think any fines will come from this because he's not even
Well,
on the field anymore?
well, if that's the thing. That's why he was holding in. That's why players hold in instead of
Right.
holding out, because they get fined $50,000
If they
per
don't show
play.
up.
Exactly. So he didn't show today, was a $50,000 hit.
And
That's a
now, is that the discretion of the organization or is that just a flat fee?
I'm pretty sure that's a flat thing, because that's not something they want to see. They want to discourage that behavior, right? They
Right.
don't want players not showing up for training camp and all that stuff. So, in my view, oof,
I know.
that's a $50,000 hit, and that I don't know where this is going. I'm not
I
sure.
don't either because it seemed because James Cook said, I'm here because I don't want to get because I like my money. And then you don't show. So
Yeah,
it's just
see
like,
that I would get it if he showed, and if he doesn't show tomorrow, that's $100,000. And that's not chump change.
no,
You know,
because especially when you're only on, and I feel uncomfortable talking about people money and because it's
you're only
his.
making $1 million this year or
Right,
whatever it is.
right. It's just, it's like it's really above my pay grade. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I mean, we got to talk about it because we talk about the Bills, and this is what's going on with Bills Mafia. And I don't know. It's just like he didn't come to volunteer. He came to mandatory. He came to half of training camp, and then someone advised him, or somebody advised him to not come to the last four, and you're going to put your foot down, and this is what we're doing. We're going to stick to our guns, and they're going to pay us. Now if this goes on until game checks, I don't know if James Cook can afford
He
these
won't.
game
He'll
checks.
be playing. He'll be playing, but he won't be playing as much. You can be sure on
Oh
opening.
yeah, and
That's
that's why I said what
Ray
I said,
Davis'
Robin.
show.
That's why I said what I said, because is it bad on the organization? Because I mean, they can brush it off. Like, I think that's what you're saying. Um, you did this, and say they didn't know. Let's just pull that they didn't know game, and you embarrass me, whatever. And I'll say, you know what? I'm taking some of your snaps away, and I'm giving them to Ray Davis and to Ty, and now you're the third. And which I don't like that game to be played, because James, out of all three running backs, he has the most explosive. Like, he hits the hole and he's gone. Like, I get everybody saying, well, we have Ray Davis. I get y'all. I understand what you guys are saying, but Ray Davis doesn't have that explosion like James Cook. They don't have it. Ty doesn't have it. Ray Davis doesn't have it. Like, I get if you don't want to play him, fine. But don't say, well, we got Ray Davis. No, they're two different backs.
That's true. However, you
Mm-hmm.
still have to have. I don't think there'll be any change over the course of the season with how James Cook is used. I think it's probably going to be very similar to what it was last year, because he can't block. So he isn't going to be out on the field 70% of the offensive reps. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going to happen because he can't block. And so that means they're going to do exactly what they did before, which is what the Bills like. The Bills like having a three-headed attack. They
You do.
like using change up in Ray Davis. They like the fact that Ray Davis is not James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty Johnson is another completely different back altogether. So they like their three-back system, and I don't see that changing. So if that's the way they feel about it, then, and we know this, sorry, but the supply and demand thing takes hold here, and they'll just get another fast, explosive running back in the draft next year.
And I'm so with you. And I just think that when it comes to the organization and Brandon Bean, they just don't want to reset the market when it comes to the running back room.
No, that's not been their history.
Yeah.
They've been doing it 8 years, going into their ninth season. We have a pretty large, database of their behavior to look at. They
Mm-hmm.
don't pay running backs.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just don't do it. And
And
so
they out like the running backs that were here, and I love Devin Singletary, and I
right.
think the running backs here, just like Devin Singletary, when he left, he had a great season as well, and maybe he was asking for this, and they seen this is the price I'm saying our running back room is, and if you think it's more, then we got to tell you we're gonna allow you to test free agency, and if you don't like it, come back, but this is our price.
Right.
And I think that's what everybody is saying. And I just don't like the fact that people say, well, the Bills don't pay their running backs. They will. They are willing to pay their running backs, but at a price. Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price.
So
And we'll
I'm sorry,
see.
go ahead.
No, I'm done with that.
Yeah, I know we know he's gonna be here this year. We
Yeah.
know that. Beyond that,
He's gonna play his ass off because
of what he
he's gonna
wants to
say,
get.
exactly. You want to get paid? Play another season like you did last year, and you'll get paid. Some
Right.
team will pay you $15 million,
Absolutely.
but it won't be the
Absolutely.
Bills.
No,
And
no, no,
it's no shame on James, and it's no shame on the Bills,
no.
isn't it?
What he said is business, and at least he
Business.
knows that it's business. No hard feelings, this and the third. Simply he said, "I want to be here because of one thing. His name is Josh. It's two things. His name is Josh Allen, and
Right.
hopefully he will stay because of that. Because Josh Allen wants him here, and he wants to be here.
Well,
But go ahead.
there's one other reason why he wants to stay too,
The O line.
because can you imagine if he ends up on a team that doesn't have much of an O line? He'll go back to playing like he did when he was a rookie. because he needs those holes open for him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's not big enough to barrel his way through anything. He's got to have that hole open.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So Brandon Bean was asked if Cook's situation would become a distraction, and he said it will only be a distraction if you let it be one. Um, Let me ask you: do you think this situation with James Cook will be a distraction for the team?
I don't. I don't. I also think the players that we have are they're different than they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
These players now understand business.
Oh yeah,
They don't take that stuff personally, like, "Ooh, you don't want to be on the team." They know
no
he wants
feelings involved.
no feelings involved. I forgot who it was they asked, and it'll come to me maybe. But somebody was asked about that and simply said, "Look, it's business, and we understand that. And not only that, he's a man. He's going about his business, and we respect that."
Mhm. It might have been because I was trying to look at it, look about who was saying what about James Cook, and it might have been Benford that said it because Benford was
Mhm,
asked about it, and
mhm.
he had said, and I think that's what players do because every player wants to get that second contract.
Yes,
If you get a third contract,
it's
awesome,
gravy.
right? But your second contract, you
That's what
like
sets you up for
you
life.
made it, right? Absolutely, you
That's what
made
sets
it, and it
you up
sets
for
you
life.
off for life. So I don't think anybody in that locker room is pissed off that James Cook is trying to get his
No.
money. I just think for us fans, we take it so personal. Like, why doesn't he take the money? Because this young man has worked his whole life to get his money that he thinks that's due for him, and I'm not here to say he doesn't deserve it.
And you put yourself in his shoes and you want to tell me that like $2 million here or there isn't going to make a big difference. Now, it might not to Josh Allen,
Right.
but it sure the heck does to James Cook
But
because
I'm also I can also, not to cut you off, I'm so sorry.
no,
I'm also sure if they went to Josh and said, "Hey, I don't know about 13 million, but because Josh have some ones in there, some digits, and I'm pretty sure if they said, "Hey, if we could do this, do you think you want to sign Josh? I mean, sign James Cook?" And I'm pretty sure Josh's like, "Hell yeah, Jimbo for sure."
he would do it.
He would do it, but that's not how things work per se. But I know we all know he's going to be here next year unless this season unless something
Yeah, unless he's injured.
happens.
If
Yeah.
he wants his game checks, he
Yeah.
wants his year of being vested in the NFL. He doesn't want to lose those things. That's big money.
Hmm.
And so I don't think there's going to be any problem with that. I do think people need to understand that if he's not practicing or participating up until the beginning of the season, then he's probably not going to get a lot of reps against the
Yeah.
Ravens.
Yeah, because you need the callus. You need to build that up. So yeah, I'm with you with that. And I don't think it's a sitting thing because
No,
listen, I'm also a casual fan too. I'm a
it's
casual fan and I don't understand all the ins and outs when it comes to that. But you just can't go in there and play. Like if he hasn't been practicing, put him in,
reps.
coach. Yeah.
You have to have reps. You got to have reps. And
Yeah.
McDermott, of all the coaches out there, is one of the biggest ones about that.
Hmm.
If you don't have reps in practice, you're probably not going to play
And we're gonna
unless
talk about that later on because I got some questions for you. But why do you think now, Robin? So I have a maybe 2 or 3 part question for you. Why now? What changed between the Bills and the agent? And do you think, and you said, I asked you earlier about the fine, and you don't think it'll be fined. Well, now it might be fine because he didn't show up. But why now? What changed between the organization and the agent, you think? I'm trying to
Nothing.
get the
What's
minds.
changed is that we're getting closer to the season starting.
Hmm.
And so that's why it isn't anything, I don't think, that changed at all, to be honest with you, on either side. I think what's changed is the sense of urgency that Cooks and his agent have to get it done. So as we get closer, every day that we get closer to the season starting is another day lost. And
Hmm.
so that's why I think they're up in the ante. You've only got how much time left? Because
Right.
once the season starts, that's not the Bills thing. They don't do contracts mid-season, not this regime, not
We
unless they
have
have,
a month. Today is what, 6?
right.
Yeah. We have a month and 2 days.
Better get busy.
So yeah, yeah. So he actually has, yeah, less than that. To be quite honest with you.
Well, yeah, because that's before the season starts. And
Yeah,
you if he needs 2 weeks of
yeah.
reps in order, in my opinion, he needs 2 weeks of reps in order to be ready to play a full game.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now, he can do 8 to 10 snaps against the Ravens, but if he hasn't got a contract signed and he's not participating, then he's not going to be playing much. He's not going to get much time against the Ravens. And then they have a turnaround, don't they? Quickly.
I don't even know.
I think they do. I think they have a Thursday night game.
I don't even have it up here. I thought I did. Probably. You know what? Hold on. Let me go on the Bill schedule
Maybe
real
it's the
quick.
third game of the season. But anyway,
Yeah, I know because they have a game against Miami on a Thursday night.
that's what it is. So
Yeah,
week 3.
yeah.
So there's 3 games in a
Because week one we have the Ravens on
and Sunday night.
Sunday night, and then we on the 16th. Yeah, no, it's a 1 o'clock game, and then we have a turnaround game on Miami at eight
On that
o'clock on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, yeah. That's the turnaround one. Yeah, that's the
That's
four
3
game.
games
That's the 4 day.
in a shorter period of time. So that means you better be ready, James. That's
Mhm.
all I can say. You better be ready.
Yeah. On another serious note, situation that's going on with the Buffalo Bills, I just and I've talked about this with you prior to coming on the show, is that the Buffalo Bills and the freaking injuries is stressing me out a little bit because, and I
Mm.
get, again, I said this last week, people, the fan base is like, "Well, get him out the way now." That's not how it works. It's like, get it out the way now. Like, no, it's no get out the way now. It might come back again. But from the blue and red scrimmage, Shakir got hurt. He has a high ankle sprain. He is week to week. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Not that he's our number one because they don't do number ones, number twos, and all that. The mantra is everybody eats. So injuries, concerned. You've seen on Sean McDermott's face, he was looking like a little frustrated, guys. What's going on here? So how concerned are you?
Well, in the grand scheme of things, I'm concerned. I'm not overly concerned because there aren't a rash of out for 6 to 8 weeks kind of
Right,
injuries, Max
right.
Harrison. So these are soft tissue injuries, and you have to wonder, about whether they're stretching enough or hydrating enough or what could be going on there. But I think I don't know. I think the Bills. I think the Bills their training staff follow Sean McDermott's intent of being overly hovering over players.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hold them out. And sometimes I wonder if that can be a double-edged sword, because if you keep a player out because they're sore one day, then the next day they might hurt themselves because they didn't practice the day before or stretch the day. You don't know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it can snowball, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the injuries that's kind of the macro picture. But I do want to point out 2 injuries that concern me a lot, um, other than obviously Max Hairston, we want him to come back and be okay,
Yes.
but I think that's going to work itself out. I'm worried about Shakir. And the reason that I'm worried about him is it didn't seem like when he was injured that it was such a big deal. It wasn't like somebody bent his ankle over.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled up, he hobbled a little bit, and that was pretty much it. So I listened to some folks talk about it, and I thought it was interesting. It's the same place that same foot, same ankle, I should say, same ankle that he had last year. He had a high ankle sprain
Mm-hmm.
last year. Same place. So that's worrisome to me because that's suggestive that he's got some loose ligaments in there. And it's much easier once you have a high ankle sprain to re-sprain it because you stretch the ligaments.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm concerned about that becoming a chronic problem for him. So it's something I'm just going to be monitoring, hoping this is just precautionary mostly on their part and that everything's going to be fine. And then the other guy that I'm kind of worried about a little bit is Tyler Bass, because anything to do with the pelvis with a kicker is serious. And so
That
he's
was
got
so shocking to me. That one shocked me.
pelvic soreness. Yeah, it's a little surprising in the sense that he's not 40 years old like some of these old
Right.
kickers, right? He's young, but you think about and you watch what kickers do and the movement that they have to make and what their pelvis has to do in order to kick a ball 60 yards like he does. He's not a big guy.
I was off of, no disrespect, I was off of him last year. And now this came up and they're not even seeking a
I know they
kicker.
haven't brought in another kicker.
And
I,
I'm just like, all right, what are we doing, guys?
I'm not
This is why I'm telling you this training camp has me so like overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm not, it's a game. I'm not stressed out. I'm a fan, whatever. But I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are you guys doing here?
I feel you.
You know what I mean? It's like I've never felt going into a regular season so like before, like what is going on, guys? Like the injury list from training camp has been so long. It's like you could turn a page. You're like, oh, there's more. There's no. There's look at this page. There's more. It's like what is going on from Cole Bishop, the second time that
Yeah.
he's not getting reps again in training camp. The person that you're hearing is having a good camp is Damar Hamlin, and no offense to him. If our safety room is depending on Damar Hamlin, and honey, no offense to you, none.
It'll
But
be
I'm just
interesting to
saying,
see who would be the first one in. Would it be him or Derek Forrest?
I haven't heard Derek Forrest's name at this training camp. Maybe, maybe a day we've heard. Now, when he got signed, great things, right? Great things, great things, great things. But I haven't. No, nothing. What's going on?
Sean McDermott will lose what's left of the hair on his head if Cole Bishop
Yes,
becomes an injury problem.
yes.
Like we've been dealing with Dalton Kincaid. Everybody's ready for Dalton to be like, okay, come on, Dalton. We're sick of all this. You missed this, you missed that.
Excuse me.
It's not good. It's
It's
not
not.
good. It's
They were
not
so high. They when they started training camp, they were so high on Cole Bishop. Bobby Babbage was talking about the opportunity for him is for right now. He understands that this is his job to lose, and he's kind of
Is
not
it if he
available.
keeps sitting on the bench?
The best ability is availability, and he's not.
Vale inspector that.
Goodbye. A calf again?
Oh my God. I know. It's like They'll sign him to the practice squad if he passes waivers, and he'll pass waivers because no one's ever seen him play.
We've seen him play in that game against Kansas City. It was just like, okay, yeah, okay, all right, all right.
No, but you know what that does do? And this tickles me to no end, is this moves Joe Andreessen
Right
into,
back up. Yep,
he
it
is
does.
Terrell Bernard's backup. He is Terrell Bernard's backup.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing I'll say, and I know there's some good, guys. I know there's some good. I'm being very
She's having
over.
a moment, guys. She's having a
Yes,
moment.
I'm having a moment. The only good thing that I've seen and heard is Matt Milano is looking like old Matt. Now you could bubble wrap him after Thursday. Or you don't even play him on Thursday. Send him to the corner, put him in the cold
What
tub,
is
him
he
and
in the
Trey.
third preseason game for half a game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're good.
I don't want none of my, and we're going to talk about the Bills playing against the Giants. I don't want Trey out there. I don't want Matt Milano out there. Like I want to see the rookies. That's what I want to see. That's it. And we'll get
Let's
to
go
that.
and restart.
Yes, for sure. Now let me ask you. Now going back to the James Cook just for a minute. Do you think if this is not resolved, because I've seen the Micah Parsons stuff. If I don't know if we can afford this, and I've seen everybody's, well, if we do this, we could do that. And again, we don't do contracts here.
No, that's Greg Thompson from Cover One.
We don't do them here. It's fun to say, plug that guy in there, we'll be awesome. I seen it. Maybe it could happen. God bless him, because if he could be a GM, he could. I mean, God bless that guy. And I know Dallas needs a running back, and we don't need per se Michael Parson. Would we like to have him? Absolutely. Do you think it happens, or is it just like a pipe dream?
Well, I think the pipe dream is that he's going to leave Dallas, because I don't think Jerry Jones is going to let him go. But this is Jerry Jones and the way Jerry Jones does business. And Jerry Jones is, pardon my French, an asshole.
Yeah, what is up?
He's an asshole. He is such an asshole.
I could say so many about Jerry Jones. He does a lot of what do you call them? They call them something. Oh, they're like the old whatever. You know what I'm saying, but I'm not trying to say it.
Good old boys?
Yes. Yes.
He's the goodest old boy of the good old boys.
Oh, he's the leader of the good old boys.
I really dislike this man, if you haven't already figured it out. But I don't think he really has any intention of letting Micah Parsons go. I don't either. I don't think so. But if he truly was tempted into doing something like that, it would take an astronomical amount, more than I would probably feel comfortable giving, because Micah Parsons, as awesome as he is, I don't know that he would be worth the 3 first-round draft picks that some people are talking about what it would take.
Really?
I've seen that, and I'm like, no way. No way. No, I can't see it.
I mean, you can't, because you can't guarantee
even
me.
Even two would be really hard.
I mean, I could see 2, but the guarantee of a Super Bowl win, and you can't guarantee me that. So I don't know. You can't guarantee any of that. So I don't
want him to be. I would not want that trade to happen to the Patriots.
No,
I would not. Because if he ended up with the Patriots would become a very big problem, which they already probably are going to be this year. Not a very big problem, but they're going to be a problem this year. They won't be a very big problem, but if they had Micah Parsons, they'd be a very big problem.
And I'm pretty sure everybody's calling. Everybody's calling. Why Jerry Jones is saying nobody called on Micah? You're lying. You're lying.
He's breathing. He's lying.
He's like, everybody has called and seen what does it take for him to leave. So the man requested a trade. So if that's the case, I'm taking phone. Maybe you're hanging up. Whatever the case may be, Jerry, someone is calling your phone. You might ignore it, but they're calling you. It is what it is. Or calling the agent. Whatever the case may be, Bucky, somebody is calling to see, is this real? Are you ready to go? Yes. And he is. He definitely is. So another concern that we may have, and maybe just me, right? The wide receivers, the starting wide receivers, I don't know that they're not like. I mean, I told you, I'm not too high on training camp. So, how much of a concern are you? Training camp is about timing, and training camp is about to be over, and with all these injuries, how much timing can you get developed between Josh? I know Shakira and Josh have their timing, but it's a new season.
I'm not worried about them. And I think that the less reps that the other guys get and the more that Keon Coleman gets, the better.
Okay.
Because Keon, in my opinion, Keon has shown, Keon hasn't reached anywhere close to what his ceiling is.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Moore and Joshua Palmer are far closer to their ceiling.
Right.
Than Keon Coleman is. And I think the extra reps that may end up in Keon's favor are going to help, because that chemistry needs to exist between Keon and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be that seamless way that Joe Montana and Jerry Rice used to have, where they were just looking into each other's souls without even having to think about it. And that's what we want to see happen. Right. Because, and many people have pointed out, he's not a route runner.
No.
That's not his forte. His forte is doing whatever Josh Allen needs to get open. Mm-hmm. And so as he gets more reps with Josh, the better and better that relationship is going to develop. So as far as I'm concerned, if Keon Coleman benefits from having more reps, so much so the better, whatever it takes.
I'm with you. And the one player that we continue to talk about, and he continues to be on the injury list, is Curtis Samuel. Like, how a disappointment of a pickup is that?
A bust. A humongous bust. And furthermore, I will take it one step further, because I believe that he has got a similar issue to what we saw with Sammy Watkins. Curtis Samuel is only good for half a dozen games a year, max, before his foot goes out.
What is the injury now? Do you know what the injury is now?
Yeah, this is not his foot this time. This is something else. I can't remember what it is, knee or hamstring or something. But nevertheless,
right,
it's just getting kind of old.
It is, Curtis.
And I think that he was a bust. I really do. The fact
I hate that
money. I don't know what Brandon Beane was thinking.
I know.
I don't. And I don't know whether that's on Brandon Beane or whether it's on the medical staff.
Oh, growing.
What's that?
I think it's a growing.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. A groin. A groin it is, Curtis. It's always something.
No, wait, my bad. I'm sorry. He's dealing with a hamstring.
That's what it was. See, more not stretching, more not practicing. When you're not practicing, it just makes you crazy. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. Yeah. And that's why Coach McDermott is going apeshit, because they're not practicing. That makes them more at risk for pulling their hamstrings because they're not practicing.
Exactly.
Right.
And when James Cook's not practicing, and when he comes, he's a running back. And
a hamstring.
Uh,
And if he does, it'll make me blow a gasket because that's just business.
and this is why I say that this
This is
2025 training camp is overwhelming because of the
well. Let's just be
injuries.
glad that
James
it's over
Cook.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to tell you, I'm extremely happy that camp is over, and they're going to be doing joint camp with the Giants prior to the game, right? On
Tomorrow
Saturday.
or Friday, yeah.
I mean, the one encouraging thing again is Kincaid. Good news for him. He returned to camp. He's looking good. They said that he had a great day today. You talked about Keon Coleman is having an up and down camp, and I know there's reporters out there, Bills beat reporters, who didn't want Keon, and you can tell how they write their stories. They're not a fan of Keon Coleman.
What gives it away?
It's just, guys, he's here. Like, we can stop with the, well, it's like
You know what I
come
say
on.
to those guys? Josh Rosen.
Exactly. 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 I mean, he's here. Like, you don't have to like the fact that the guys wasn't drafted here, but I mean, he's here now. He's here. So, um, woo.
I think he's going to be just fine. Do you
I
got
do
light?
too. Yeah, you heard that, right? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Um, Again, the Bills are playing at 1 o'clock on Saturday against the Giants. Did you watch the Hard Knocks?
I did. I
Tell me.
absolutely did. I
Give me your
loved it.
review.
I absolutely loved it. It was very, you could tell that our communications department was big in the heavy editing of it.
Oh yeah.
It was very nice
Hmm.
because we often see in Hard Knocks there's some gnarly storylines and some shit that goes down and things that happen. And this episode at least was pretty tame, all
Yeah,
things
I think everything, because it was just the first
considered.
episode. Yeah.
He set us up too, because the
Yeah.
next episode is probably going to be all about James Cook, because we don't talk enough about him, don't we just don't.
We don't. We don't. And I'll have to say this. I like the fact that Joe Brady I like Joe Brady and I like Bobby Babbage. Bobby Babbage is a show on its own. He's a show of his own. He's
Yeah.
like it's or I'm sorry, Joe Brady was like, it's a Joe Brady route. And you know what that means. Like, just run, you're not gonna get the ball. It's a Joe Brady route. I love that. I love that.
It was
Um,
funny.
yeah, I just love that we're on TV and people get to see what the Buffalo Bills is about, and Josh Allen, and
You know who I'm most glad about that's getting some love?
we're gonna say the same thing.
Benford.
Oh,
Christian Benford. Well, Trey White for sure, but Christian Benford is the best kept secret in the NFL.
yeah, for sure.
He is the best cornerback that nobody knows
It's a
about.
secret. Like this, it's a sign down here in Buffalo that says "Keep Buffalo a secret." On the bottom of it, you should say Christian Benford, because the way that the NFL shits on Christian Benford is just ridiculous. Like, he is a really
Stud.
good
He
DB.
is a stud.
He's a stud.
He's every bit as good as Gerald Revis ever
What?
was. And
I don't
yet,
know the top cornerbacks right now. He can. I would, because
he's with
he's
the
so
best of them.
strategic. He is, and
He
he
really is.
tackles.
And
Not
nobody
all
knows
DBs
about it.
like to tackle.
Well, that's why I'm hoping that they feature him even more, because I think he deserves the recognition. He really does. And people should be starting to pay attention to him because
Yeah.
he is all pro.
He is. He definitely is. I love the fact that they are. Trey's going to be my heart, because again, that's my guy.
Fun.
That's
I
my guy.
love him on Hard Knocks. He's going to be the star of the show.
Yeah, and good for him, because he deserves it.
Yes.
He deserves it. The conversation between him and Brandon Bean was just so. Brandon Bean, even though you can't be like, I love you, then all of them out here, but you know what I'm saying? You can tell that
It's real.
it's so real. He's like, you know, I'm rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it
And
was just like,
watching Trey run those hills
yeah, yeah,
made my heart feel good.
yeah, yeah. And he's playing with no,
Fear.
like, I'm out. Yeah, I'm just out here playing. I'm out here balling,
'Cause I'm good.
regardless
I
of what
know I'm
happens.
good because I work my butt off.
Yes, 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 for sure. Well, I think that's it, Robin. I think we covered everything that we were
I
supposed to
think
cover
we
today.
have. If we haven't, too bad. We're going to be
Yeah,
back
we'll come
next
back
week.
next week and talk about it. Again, there is a game on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Hopefully, everybody can see it. I will catch it on the retake because, yeah, my wife's birthday is Saturday. And oh, Robin, what did you do for your birthday?
Not much. Which for me was
It's good for you. It's good. Yeah.
it was a big birthday, but I feel so good because I turned 70, and for a long time I was thinking about it and I was like, oh God, I'm going to turn 70. That's so old. And then I realized Marv Levy turns 100 on the
Right
same
on the
day.
same
And
day.
it just made me feel instantly young.
Yeah.
40 years, I'm 30 years younger than Marv Levy. I have to feel good
Absolutely.
about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you. And I love
I
you
love
for it.
you.
Thank you. And again, I will not be
And
watching.
happy
I'll be watching
birthday
it on.
to your
Go ahead.
spouse.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing a surprise birthday party for her. She already knows about it because I couldn't hide anything
He
from
knows
her
everything.
because it got family coming in. I have family coming in for her birthday and
Yeah.
I couldn't hide the family. Where am I putting the family? Our house. So yeah. So yeah, but thank you guys for always tuning in. Me and Robin appreciate you guys. We
We
love you guys
do.
for always coming back and
Can't
showing us
wait.
love. And yeah, we can't wait till the season start.
Let's go.
Let's go. And like always, before I even do this and I can't find it, let me see where is at before I tell you to say go Bills. Yeah, go Bills, y'all.
Go Bills.
Peace.